Hello, my name is Elizabeth Goddard from Revive Your Soul. Throughout January, I've been putting together a glossary of terms used in the healing around emotional abuse, the terms that describe the abuse that's happened, the cycles of abuse, and so people can understand what's been going on, understand the crazy feeling, why they feel so crazy, why they feel that they are the abuser and the abuser is actually the victim. I've done an A to Z. I haven't got one for every single letter of the alphabet, but I'm just working my way through. So each live will be on a letter, and this letter is G. So G is for gaslighting, for grey rock, for ghosting, and for golden child. It's to understand what happened, to understand the role that you play, to understand why you feel the way you do. It helps you, helps the healing journey. And it's really important. And one of the first questions coming out, or when you're in the last stages of a relationship or coming out, is, are you the abuser? Because through the devaluation stage, that's what you've been told. So G is for gaslighting. It's a covert way of distorting a person's perception of reality. It's that crazy making. It's why you feel crazy, why you can't understand. So it's the cognitive dissonance of having these two or more thought processes going through your brain. You know, something doesn't feel right, but he's telling me or she's telling me, because it's not, although majority of relationships are male abusers, there are women out there that do this as well. It's the crazy making. It's holding a thought pattern, but they're telling me they love me, but their actions actually aren't. And it's not understanding what that is. It's making you actually believe that you're going crazy. It's gaslighting term comes from a film in the 1940s where a young girl marries a gentleman. They move back. I can't remember, Italy or somewhere. She was in France or Italy, somewhere like that in Europe. And she meets someone, they marry quite quickly, and they move back to her aunt's house. Her aunt has sadly died. She was brought up by her aunt because her parents had died, and he starts manipulating her in a way that he was telling her, so she thought she'd done something, and then she'd walk back in, say to a room, and their lights were on, and she was thinking, but I've turned them off as I walked out. And he was telling her, no, you didn't do that, you know, this is what you didn't, perhaps, you know, are you tired? And you say, hey, this person puts himself into this place of caring and of power and nurturing, believing, and so she's believing her husband, her new husband, is actually looking after her, but he's actually abusing her. So that's where the term gaslighting comes from. It's where you can't trust your own perceptions. You start to believe their version of events over your version or your understanding, and you put them. They do it to put you in a place of feeling insecure, a place of confusion, not trusting yourself. Brain fog, which is really quite common. Self-doubt, fear, feeling you're not good enough, feeling vulnerable and powerless. And they start to erode and take over your life. So that is gaslighting, named after the film in the 1940s. So grey rock is being as interesting as a grey rock. So if you can't go no contact, so no contact is where you absolutely have no contact whatsoever. Block them on social media, phones, emails, anything any way that they could get in contact with you. So grey rock is where you can't do that. It might be that you have children, or that you are working with someone, or it's somebody within the family, and you're finding it difficult that you could to go no contact. So grey rock is a way of being I'm not giving any information away, so you're not then becoming a supply of attention. So it's really it's cutting off any communication that is interesting. So it's everything is very basic. Everything done is on very basic terms. There's nothing there that is that you can get embroiled in any drama that's going on in their life. And ghosting is a technique that they use during the discard phase. You might experience them withdrawing from you. It might be not as available as they were. And so the ghosting is where they literally ghost. It's as if they've died, as if they were never there. So it might be, and they might repeat this pattern as well. So, and then they come back into the relationship, they're fully committed to the relationship, and then they start to disappear. It's a term used so they're trying to, they use it to hook you, really hook you into this relationship and make sure that they are the drug. So every time you get a moment of attention from them, you're then getting more hooked, because they've put themselves in this place of power and control, and they are your drug of choice. And it's, you know, this is you are the addict, and you are addicted to them and this relationship. So ghosting is a way of that they use where they go no contact, where they just completely disappear off the face of the earth, and you've got as soon as they reappear, you're back, and you'll take any amount of attention that they will give you. The golden child is versus the scapegoat. So in narcissistic families, the golden child is the best child. It's the one that they can get, the narcissistic parent gets attention from. So it might be that they're good at sport or music or something like that, and they're pushed forward into the limelight. And they might be academically clever, and they're pushed forward because the parent is getting the attention from the child, so their supply of attention is actually is coming from the child. The golden child versus the scapegoat. The scapegoat is the opposite, is the child that is used. They can't do anything right within the family, or they're put in a position that they're blamed for everything, even if they weren't there, even if they had no knowledge about anything that was happening. It was always going to be their fault. They should have known better. If you watch or are aware of Friends, if you think of the relationship that Monica and Ross have, so Ross being the golden child and Monica being the scapegoat, if you look at that dynamic, that explains it quite well.